What's going on, filmmakers? I'm Alexandru Don, and today I'm going to take you behind the scenes on a commercial I shot with the Red Komodo 6K. Because of copyrights, I can only show you the following sequence, but we're gonna go deep dive behind the scenes and I'm gonna show you everything I did in order to light and shoot this sequence. We started off with prepping our set, making sure our scenography is on point and looks the way we want. Then we built up the Red Komodo, which by the time didn't have a cage, so we ended up improvising a little bit, but we made it work. Our lighting sources were Nanlite, mostly Nanlite MixPanel 150 and Forza 500 with softbox, and a huge Forza 720B which we used to mimic the sun coming through the window, and that light was extremely powerful. We were really impressed. On this shoot, I was only hired to DP, and therefore there was somebody else operating the camera, which was a little bit odd for me in the first place, but I got used to it pretty fast. We firstly tried to make this shot handheld, but we ended up shooting this scene on a gimbal with Sony FX3. So here you can see a nice side-by-side comparison between the Red and Sony FX3. And I'm really curious which one you like more. Drop down in the comments and let's see which one wins. In order for everyone on set to see what we were filming, I set up an Axon Cine Pro on the Red and streamed the feed to my phone where I was keeping focus. And I also set up a few other feeds on different tablets and I gave them to the client and producer. I wanted them to have a better view of what's going on, and I was pretty okay with the phone. Overall, we approached a simple lighting technique because we wanted a clean look and we needed a ton of lighting on the set. We also shot a few more static shots for the actual script of the commercial, and I was really happy with how things were going on. Everything was super smooth and we were on time. Then we moved to the outdoor shots where we encountered a few issues. The light outside was horrible. It was midday, sun was super hard and extremely hot. And because of our tight schedule, we couldn't shoot any other way, so we had to adapt. This time we used a different setup. The cage finally arrived for the camera and we managed to rig it properly. We also used DZO picture zooms, which worked amazing on the Red Komodo and gave us a nice look. Here, as you can see, we were a little bit lucky with the shadow that the house was making, and we managed to get some decent lighting on the actors. So we used this in our advantage. For the car shoot, on the other hand, we had to use an additional light because the interior of the car was super dark. And we had a really big difference in lighting from the outside and the inside of the car. And therefore, we had to use the Forza 720 to light the inside of the car. If this light wasn't that powerful, I don't think we could have made this work without ruining the dynamic range of the camera. Now on the moving car shots, we used the tilt-a-hydro arm, but we ran into some issues. Because the light outside was so strong, there were super big reflections on the car window and we couldn't see what was going on inside the car. I tried a polarizing filter, but this didn't help. So we had to improvise a little bit. We used a big flag, but the light was so powerful that light was coming through the material of the flag and we can see a pattern on the window, which was kind of odd. So to fix that, I had to use another flag, which kind of made the setup a little bit even harder. So we had to drive at really low speeds. For the next outdoor shots, we used the house shadows as well, but this time we used a bounce board so we can have a little bit more pop in the image. The point was to make the shots feel as perfect as possible and give a really good day atmosphere. Like you're starting the day, everything is perfect. So that's what we wanted to recreate. At some point we had some really funny moments where the kid threw the ball or hit the ball and hit the camera. And we laughed so hard, and then something else happened. The boy threw the ball into our charging device, and the ball came back to his head, and it was so funny. We laughed for half an hour. Now on the last shot, we waited for the sunset to set in, and we used our Forza 720 to fill up the shadows and create a more appealing image. And overall, guys, this was it. I hope you enjoyed this short behind the scenes. And if you did, make sure to smash that subscribe button. And if you like this type of content, make sure to check my channel, because I have a lot of behind the scenes like this where you can learn a lot of stuff. I'm Alexandru Don, and thanks a lot for watching. Cheers.